Welcome to the
Brodies.
And we're back
At the Brodies.
A bunch of bros.
On the couches.
Is another lovely edition of the Brodies. I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Man boy.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
I just finished Snowfall.
No.
All right.
No,
All right.
absolutely
Cass.
B.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got to get our names out there so we know who people need to hate on when they listen to these episodes. Because apparently we are generating a lot of hate amongst some people. So I just want to give a shout out to B. Because I used to get all the comments like, "What is wrong with him?" and whatnot. It was me and Cass. We would go back and forth about like problematic stuff coming out of our mouths. Now it's you, sir. Now it's you.
I've taken the crown of problematic sayings.
Yeah. Just being problematic all over.
Did
But
you hear the part when I said it happened like years ago?
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't
happened.
matter.
It happened.
Women don't forget that at all.
Oh,
happened.
wow.
They don't forget that,
If it happened
man.
once, it's over.
Okay.
Man. But speaking of problematic things, ice. Ice.
Hate that bitch.
Specifically black ice.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to get right into it, y'all. So Thursday night, right, I went to Wegmans.
I was at Wegmans and I put your phone up. I was like,
Give me no points, man. Give me no points. I appreciate it.
We definitely should be sponsored by Wegmans.
You know, we
at
should,
this
man.
point.
Shout out to Wegmans because I done gave out a lot of money, man, from Niagara Falls to here. So Thursday, I go to the grocery store, right? I grab 2 cases of water. I leave one in my trunk to keep cold, and then the other one I bring in just so I can have something to drink.
You sure that shit ain't gonna freeze?
Nah,
continue.
Yeah. So Thursday night, Friday, I go to get the water, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and it's on my lunch break, right? It's about noon, about 12:30. Sun is out. My neighbor downstairs, I see him because he doing what he do in his truck, smoking, whatever, whatever. And we're talking, right? We're just talking, shooting the shit, right? So I grab my water, I put it on my shoulder, right? It's daylight. I don't know where my vision was at, but I didn't see the ice. I didn't. So as I'm talking to him, shooting the shit, both feet go in the air, right? Both feet. All I hear, this what made me mad though, in midair. Damn, nigga, you good? In midair.
that would make me mad
like,
too.
You could have helped me get up. You could have helped me get up, man. But
Nah, if
the
you
way
good,
I
you can get
fell,
up.
like my tailbone is still sore. And to this day, like I cussed that ground out so bad Friday. I let that ground have it. I spit, cuss, kick. But the way I fell, I knew it was karma because last year I saw this old lady fall. I didn't help her. I laughed. I did. And I feel like God was like,
Wait.
I seen an old lady at a gas station pumping gas, right? Old lady fell. I hollered inside my Altima. I was cracking the hell up. And I felt like God was like, it's payback, Dry. We got you. And guess what? The ice won. Ice won, Slim 0.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to say this to y'all.
Fucked
Listen, keep your eyes on that black ice. It's nothing to play with. You slip and slide. And what made me mad, I had some flip-flops on, so I ain't have a good grip either. I had some flip-flops on. Had to have some Air Maxes on. I might have survived, but no
Going outside with the
flip-flops.
chancletas.
Yeah.
you better not be blaming black ice during Black History Month. What about the white ice? The white ice has held the black man down way more than the black ice has.
Yo, speaking of white ice, last week, after I dropped off B home, I went up the hill.
Oh, shit.
My
So
car
you-
almost...
I don't even want to hear it.
'Cause
I
you
don't
told
want to
him.
hear it.
You told him.
I told you.
You told him,
I
yeah.
said, don't come and get me because strangers don't hear.
No, you were... Nah.
Don't be all scary and stuff. Woo, woo, woo.
You acting like a
I
bitch.
have nuts. Whatever it is that you were saying. It's just, no, I don't want to hear it. I'm glad you're okay. But like,
Listen, I took a
No,
bath.
but I was fine. Like, it wasn't your block. I went around to the left.
to Largemont.
I just...
You don't gotta let them boy know you
Yeah,
did,
I was
man.
gonna
told on
Shit,
myself
shit.
where I
Yeah,
was.
that's
I was
Google.
like,
why do I keep
player.
doing
That's
that?
Google. That's
I was
Google.
like, I wasn't gonna
That's
say
what B
it.
says that. Let's get him.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
Yeah.
And then
I told
that
you.
hill was
I
so
told
steep
you.
though, and like I stopped and looked at the hill, was like, "Fuck it, nigga, just make an attempt." I'm going. As I'm going up,
Shit.
there's a car coming down,
And
and
I
the
meant
passenger.
to tell you just to keep straight. I don't want to say anymore, but you could have kept straight down where you left
See,
my
I
street.
thought I was being a shortcut,
No.
but as I was going up, my
No.
car was coming down,
But you know what?
and the
when I'm
passenger
learning-
had their foot like outside on the ice, like guiding it as they're coming down the hill. And I was looking at these houses. I was like, This don't look like the block to where if I accidentally hit a car because I slid in the ice, they look like they be the most understanding. So as I made it like halfway, my car said, sure. I was like, welp, let's go back down this hill
But you're supposed to
very
gas
slowly.
it. You're just supposed to gas it up.
Oh, yeah, nah.
You talking about gassing up the hill?
Yeah.
I'm too pussy for that. I wasn't doing that.
Shit.
If you're gonna take a hill, you got to take it.
Yo, talk that talk.
Talk that.
Shit, man.
But yeah, that shit was. That's why I called you because I was like, I'm gonna just die right around the house. He would have been.
I would have been so like I would have been a wreck. Like I'm
Listen,
glad I didn't.
I seen my life flash before my eyes. I seen Ninja Man. I seen Big Red. Everything was going through my mind as I was falling. And all I can think of, hey, you good, fam? I hit that ground.
You land on your hip?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
That hurt the most.
That
Yeah.
shit hurt.
And I'm lucky it was just me and my neighbor that was outside. So
So you know niggas saw inside. They was outside
Yeah.
like, oh, that nigga bust his ass.
he was like, and what made Mac? Can I get a water jar? No, I ain't getting no water, man. See me fall.
Hey, he want water after
Yeah.
that? Nah, player,
Nah,
you can't get
fuck
nothing.
Boy, I
Can't
come
get
out
no
sore and
water.
painful for the next 2-3 days,
Just
man.
a lot of Epsom salt baths.
Yeah.
Icy hot is your
hop
friend.
into it, man. You remind me of a story, man. One time I got caught in Virginia, and it started snowing, unexpected snowfall, more than they expected. And so me and my dumb ass, I was running out of gas, right?
You were running out of gas.
And I couldn't be on the interstate, but for so long. But the interstate was like locked up, so I tried to take a side street, try to go some places, man. And I'm trying to navigate.
In
Do
Virginia.
these? No, I think I made it to Maryland by that part.
Okay.
That point, nigga, I had went through a neighborhood and I had made it to the top of a hill, but I'm going slow because I can't see, it's ice and whatnot. And then like 4 cars around me will get to that top of the hill, got down, and then they just lose control. And it was like the slowest car accidents happening.
Jesus.
So as I'm at the apex of the hill and I'm looking down that bitch, I'm just seeing like 9 cars piled up in the air. I'm like, well, nigga, if I go, of course the same shit gonna happen to
Pretty
me.
much.
And I ain't think, you know, when you drive an older car, your brakes ain't up to par. like they should be.
That emergency brake don't hit the same.
So my ass stayed on top of that hill all night, nigga. Like I would crank remember I had no gas. I'll crank the damn car till the thing got warm, and then I
Turn it
turn it off until the shit got unbearable. Then I cranked
back
it
on.
on. I was like, shit.
You waste more gas doing that.
Pretty much.
Probably, boy. And I waited till like 6 o'clock in the morning till a snowplow came to knock that bitch out.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, nigga, I was out in my car
You ain't-
from like 11:30, 11:30
Oh, no.
to like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I know you was cold.
No, nigga, of course, nigga.
I know somebody was outside looking like, is that nigga still there? Should we help him?
Nah, we don't know.
Yo, that's the worst feeling. Knowing you out of gas and you on the highway and you can't. You like,
That's
Lord,
the
please.
scariest shit in the
You turn the
world.
radio off. Everything go off.
You just like, all right, I think I could.
conserve.
Yeah, like yo.
Oh, that's the worst feeling ever, man.
like, cause that heat don't be hitting when the
the
engine
gas-
ain't on.
Yeah.
Like with the battery keep going with the radio, but that shit ain't hitting.
I feel like it gets colder, like in those scenarios too.
Nigga, it
Like,
was
just hot in here.
It was so cold because I was like dressed for fashion too. I think I had a leather coat on too. I didn't even have
You
like
know-
no real shit.
You know, leather get cold real quick,
Yeah,
chief.
that
shit.
shit. Yeah, I was SOL out there.
Yeah, I remember that Lincoln I had and it was cold in the morning.
Nigga, that shit was, son.
Yo, every other day that car would break down, man.
I don't know why you kept it so long.
Yeah, we had a good run with her though, man. We did.
You got to
got
get
us
your
to
money's
work.
worth.
Yeah,
got
I
us to
did.
work.
Got your money's worth, man. But speaking else of like crazy winter conditions, man, what y'all think about Texas, man? What y'all feel about that right now? 'Cause that-
Cancun cruise.
Oh,
yo,
man.
he a hoe for that.
Wait, did you also say? I think it was another mayor of
A Boulder City?
Yeah.
That nigga went ham. I'm gonna look it up when I can. But speaking of Teddy,
because in Colorado City, I think it's called, or whatever, Boulder, whatever.
Yeah, Colorado
the mayor
City.
basically shit on the residents and basically said they're the reasons why they in that predicament.
Like
their pipes bursting,
like
no
man
water.
up. Like you shouldn't rely on government for basic government shit. Like I was like, nigga, do you not understand how society works? So at one point in time, we was hunting gatherers, right? And then like people would attack us, animals would bite us on the neck and drag us to their lair and all that kind of stuff. And then we decided, hey man, we can live a lot longer if we like work together and like build walls and focus. Like you be on guard duty, I'm a farm, and we could do all this stuff. And we decided as a collective good to let our society work for us, and we call that society government. You had to sacrifice some shit now. Because we didn't want to get bit on the neck by a saber tooth. You know what I'm saying?
You ever see their teeth? They not nice. They're not nice animals.
You ain't like that's how we took ourselves out of the food web because of that. And this dude is like, nah, you need to rely on yourself. Like, no, my nigga. All this human advancement out here, so I don't have to forage for my own food. I don't have to build a well myself or pump my own water. For all this, so I don't have to be on a dirt road. I can be on some asphalt.
Oh, I have it here if you want to know what he said.
Yeah. The outlandish shit this man said.
He said, if you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe.
Nigga, who I'm Thomas Edison now? Get out of here.
No, he didn't say that. Did he really say that?
Yes. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family.
How far is the Rio Grande from me?
Yeah, that doesn't...
If you were sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy is direct result of
Nigga, I was paying for electricity. What are you talking about?
Thanks a lot, Petco.
I was doing all I was supposed to do.
And it affected the entire state, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He resigned like day.
Right after. But we learned something I did not know, and maybe you didn't know as well, that Texas is not connected to the grid.
No.
With everybody else. I didn't know that until
my family
this
just
problem.
told me that today. They live in I'm not gonna stop telling.
Yeah,
people
quit people. Yeah,
I know.
You give them too much
to do better.
inside information.
But they live near Houston, and
Okay.
they were talking about the fact that because they're not on the grid, that's what's really making it harder.
Yeah.
For them.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just thought Texas wasn't built for it.
No.
Because Texas, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But at one point they were going to secede from the union. They were trying to pull away.
Try it, Mexico. Take it back in no time.
Mexico be like, oh, where y'all not U.S.?
And that whole mindset, I think, is still relevant today. Where it's like we're Texas, we're our own country, so to speak.
Man, take it further back. Y'all remember Enron, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Enron, they deregulated electricity and were selling it for things they shouldn't be selling electricity for. Because electricity utility. Like, certain things you shouldn't play around with is like electricity, water, gas, like basic things people need. So they decided to maximize profits that they'll sell the electricity based upon the market. Treat that shit like a stock. So that means your electricity ain't at a current steady rate. People right now in Texas are getting $10,000 electricity bills to warm their homes for homes that they haven't even had electricity for 4 days because the market dictates that the demand is super high for electricity, and so they can charge whatever the market dictates for electricity. Don't that sound ridiculous? Like nah. But they also did, removing themselves from the grid of America, they didn't have to regulate their shit. That means they ain't had to winterize their equipment. Like, if it get cold up here, our shit ain't gonna freeze and everything like that. But no, Texas like about that money. Like, I ain't winterizing nothing because it's warm.
We don't get snow.
We don't get snow, but you gotta.
That's gonna change now.
Yeah, you gotta prepare for it. That like.
Nah, some of the shit that I was seeing, I was like,
yo, it's like icicles at people's homes and pipes bursting.
Water literally coming out
through.
the ceiling. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah.
I saw one parking lot, the pipes burst right above the person's car,
Oh,
frozen.
Wow.
Cover
And
that
I
whole
was like,
car. Yep.
I would just cry. I would just cry right there in the Indian style.
It's like Sub-Zero just made a layer there.
Basically,
Yeah.
and I'll just cry.
Good trailer. I see what you did there.
It was
Man.
Phenomenal trailer. I'm still torn, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. That's a different thing. But then we get the Cancun cruise.
He's a sucker, man.
I'm just mad that you was at the airport where people could see you. If I'm going to do that, nobody's going to see me at the airport. I'm on a PJ.
Like, I don't like the fact this nigga
I
threw
don't
his.
like that he did. I'm throwing that out there.
He
but-
threw his daughters under the bus on
He
that
did
though.
throw
He
his-
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wanted to go to Cancun.
somewhere.
You know,
what?
they was like, no.
Sit their ass down and do some Lexia.
Yo, I don't have no qualms if you got the ways and means. His daughters could have went to Cancun. His wife could have gone to Cancun. Your bitch ass need to stay your ass in Washington D.C. or go to Texas
and do something.
And do something about it. And he was like, what can I do? It's not like I could bring a blowtorch to defrost your stuff. But
You
yeah.
can maintain your position and act like you're trying to help.
But Beto O'Rourke has a phone bank of 7,000 people checking on different residents. What do you need? Wow. You need blankets? You need a warming station? Where does it go? Nigga, you could have been made phone calls. AOC has raised $2 million for Texas.
Trump didn't give him the okay to do it, so he didn't do it.
He had to wipe some stuff off his mouth first.
Your words, not mine.
I'm just saying, Teddy. The man, you have repercussions for your actions.
Maybe he was going to Cancun to get some heat and bring it back to Texas.
Yeah, I got some heat in these mason jars. You need that?
No,
I got that. Yeah, need it?
So wait a second. Now you want to go to Mexico?
Think about that.
Oh, now it's okay. Now it's cool. Mexico okay with me right now. Y'all seen the day after tomorrow.
Y'all seen Geostorm?
Yeah. They all crossed that Rio Grande and like it's warmer down here in Mexico.
In Mexico?
Yeah, buddy. Your words, not mine.
Done.
Your words, not mine. That's not me, America. I ain't do that.
I love it. That was funny.
That was not me.
Funny. That was legit funny.
But speaking of like crazy things happening in America, there was a flight going from Colorado to Hawaii, and the engine blew in the middle of the flight.
I didn't hear about this until you told me.
I saw them. My fiance showed me the video.
So when did this actually happen?
I don't know.
Like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't that long.
Yeah,
It was
2-3
like
days
2-3 days
ago.
ago.
Yeah, they're flying and the engine catches fire.
Like you can look out the window and
would have lost my shit. You hear me?
I wouldn't have been no good.
I'm like,
I
the
would've
plane
just
on fire. Help!
Who gonna save you now, player? Who gonna save you now?
I would have found Jesus so quick. Jesus, this is it. Help me. Please forgive me for my
you
sins.
expect the whole later just to pull up and say like
I'll be such a
Don't want that to
pessimist.
happen at all.
I'm like, yo, y'all see this shit outside right here?
So imagine.
I would literally just get in a fetal position because there's nothing I could do.
Like-
nothing. There's nothing. I'm just in a
That is
fetal
crazy.
position.
So
And
you-
Lord, do something.
So you flying, right?
Recording this on their phone.
There's someone.
Yeah.
So imagine you actually had the seat by the wing.
Oh my God.
You trying to watch some movies on your phone or whatever stuff they got going on. So you're watching
You watching like Shazam or some shit.
the
that they
big
have on
comeback
movies?
or whatever they got on there. You watch a Tenet. You finally get to watch Tenet and stop in time and whatnot. And then you hear a boom. You like,
what's that burning?
A boom. You lift up your shade because you know your shades is down on there. You lift up your shade. You like, oh, this shit on fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pessimist. And I'm like, Nick, you know we gonna die. I'll be calm about it.
Forget that. Grab y'all money.
I would be screaming.
Yo, I like I understand the situation.
I'll be calm.
I was like, let me go ahead and turn my phone on. Mama.
Start doing Facebook Live. Hey, we about to die. If you don't believe me, look. The plane is on fire.
Start FaceTiming mom. Like, mom, it's not looking good for me right now.
Baby, this shit get uploaded. Like, damn, I ain't getting no service. Well, this is my last will and testament. Marlon, that's my brother. Here are my passwords. Erase that shit right now.
Delete all that. Delete all that.
delete. Baby, I love you. Cremate me. We didn't spend all that money on that funeral, man. That shit sounds stupid. I gotta get my ways and means. And with that being said, girl, you're working with some ashes. Your last shit. Gotta see what.
He has to go out with this song.
Oh, well, we going out to back that ass up. And Jesus gonna look at me at the pearly gates like, that's what you wanted to go out to? My son, my child. I'm like, hey, you know my heart. You know my heart.
I would have lost my mind. You hear me?
Oh, I would have been Mariah carrying all the way.
This is why I don't fly Spirit.
I don't think it helped. I think it was a Boeing 777.
Yeah, I stick to
I might put too many
Southwest.
sevens on that
That is
joint.
bananas.
I stick with Southwest, and that's who I ride with, man. I ain't never had an issue with them. Treat me good. I get my points.
I don't really
was
look
that
care
that
for
was
Southwest.
United
That was United.
Airlines.
Yeah, it was United caught fire.
Man, but you can't control because they said they're going to have to do something because that particular plane engine, This is like the third time this has happened since 2000 and like.
So I'm confused.
The third time. The first time done me justice. Like, no.
Now
First
they
time-
have to do something?
First time I was like, all right, we're tired of playing.
No. What they did, they started inspecting the engines more. But they saying that even though they inspected more, it's hard to see the. So they know it's an issue, and they thought maybe we just check it more often, it won't happen as much. But everyone landed, so that's a good thing.
That's
yeah,
good.
thank God. Yeah, because that could have been really bad. That could have been really bad.
My fiance keep fucking up our honeymoon because the more she showed me shit like that, we're not going anywhere. We just gonna go right back home. Like, no, we're not going on the plane.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
I don't like flying
You can
no
fly
more.
there.
Listen,
I'll take
the
a
next
cargo
time I
ship over to Europe and meet you there.
The next time I fly, my window gonna be up the entire time. My window's not going down.
Looking right at the engine the whole time.
Can you turn that window down? No.
I need to make sure they good over here.
Because I need to be prepared.
Yeah. Can you look at that? I don't like
That's
this out.
torture. I don't know if I could think that way.
That would mess me up though, man. Like, can you imagine being on that plane though, and you like they telling you to be calm? How you gonna be calm? The plane on
Well,
fire.
I think I always get freaked out when they give all those instructions about what's supposed to happen.
The mask.
Yeah, and
Put
I'm
it on
just
yourself first, not the children. Nah, fuck that.
Like, no, not happening.
Man, we gonna get more into it after these sponsors break.
Break.
Drops, nigga. Yep, it's your boy Cash from the Brodies. If you like what you're listening to, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that. Subscribe to us everywhere where podcasts are. Tell your friends about us. Make sure you tell them. Enjoy the show.
Now, because of this current environment that we're in, it seems like everybody's a lot more woke. A lot more things are going on. And since this is February, we got blessed with a new black movie that highlights some parts of black history. So, shout outs to, I don't even know who directed this movie.
There's a woman.
It's a guy actually.
Was it a woman who wrote the play? I know a woman wrote something. I'm going to Google it.
I don't know about that, but I know the guy who directed it, Ryan Coogler, found him.
I know Ryan Coogler produced it.
And I think he's going to be part of they're making allusions that he might be related to the, might work on the Wakanda series. Because
Oh, yeah. Shout out. I forgot. Shout out Ryan Coogler doing the Wakanda series for Disney Plus.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
going to be interesting. See how that goes.
There's also said there's going to be, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan's character. Killmonger prequel series. I don't know.
Shout out to Lori Harvey.
Sorry
and all that good stuff.
Sorry to kill the buzz.
No, I just think that's another conversation.
Yeah.
The director was Shaka King. I don't know why I saw that name and went woman. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can continue.
Yeah. So it was a movie that came out recently. Judas and the Black Messiah, detailing the life of Fred Hampton. Excellent movie. We give it the thumbs up approval. I'm talking for all of us because it is what it is. I think we all agreed. Everyone who responded on the text message, so I don't think I'm talking out of pocket on this one. But before we get started, it was a debate brought on by Samuel L. Jackson. Shout out to my Morehouse brother, because I got a name drop sometimes on you hoes. That made a comment about British black actors taking jobs from African American actors. Because Daniel Kaluuya started out on Get Out, and now he's Fred Hampton. So how do y'all feel? It's Black History Month. We want to celebrate the talents of all black people, all the diaspora. But how does it make you feel that we have blacks from across the pond taking work from blacks here when it's so hard to be a black actor in America to begin with?
It's a part of me is like whoever's the best for the role.
Sound like the white man. I'm just playing. I love white people.
It's whoever's best for the role, but I do understand that you want to give the opportunity. It's just weird because I'm pretty sure the directors or whoever's doing the films, they're just like, oh, it's just a black dude, so it's cool. They're not thinking that deep into it like how we are. So that's, if you're using Daniel, I'm trying to think, what black actor could I have seen playing Fred Hampton? Would have did it just as good or better?
We don't know because you ain't give him the job, baby.
You're right. So now I got to play, what is it? I got hindsight. I'm like, all right, who do I think could have did this role?
I think that so. I understand what Mr. Jackson was saying. I think a conversation like this can't be simplified as to whether it's either or. There's a lot of things that go into decisions like this. Daniel Kaluuya now has an audience, and he has the talent. So unfortunately, the business side says, well, let me grab him because not only was he successful in one movie, but he's proven that he's committed to the art of acting and that he's pretty freaking good at it. That's one angle of it. I was involved with a conversation on a Clubhouse where they talked about the fact that a lot of actors in America, allegedly, I don't know if this is true.
Allegedly. You always got to throw it out there, man. Allegedly.
You know, after last week, I'm being very careful with what I say now. But no, the idea is that there are a lot of actors in this country who just want to get on, but they don't really want to perfect the art of it. So that's something to consider. On the other hand, I am fully aware that there are a lot of actors who are putting in the work, and they aren't getting the opportunities to get into these films for whatever reason. I don't want to say one argument is wrong, but I do think there's something to consider on both sides of it. Specifically with Daniel in this role, I'm sure there's someone else that they could have picked.
I just thought of John David Washington. I was like, I think he could have did it.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't
have.
I think he could have.
I think John
And
David
that's also
Washington.
Mars brother. Shout out.
I think he's good. I think, though, unfortunately, with a lot of minorities, but especially with blacks, you fall into that trap of once one or two get on, then you use them for everything. So for a minute, it was
Chadwick Boseman when he did all of the...
Yeah, but even before then, at one point, it was just Cuba, Denzel, Samuel.
If Chadwick was old, he might have got that role. Yeah, Chadwick would have snatched that up. Like, I play all black historical figures.
Yeah.
That's
Me?
my...
I'm Fred.
I think
you take William.
I hate you. No, but I think it speaks to a bigger conversation just about there aren't really a lot of opportunities. And once you do get an opportunity, it becomes a crab in a barrel type of scenario as well. So I don't know if that argument should even be raised because I don't think it's simple to just blame it on one thing. I think it's a systematic problem. And I think Hollywood doesn't always do right by people of color when thrust into the situation. So,
And I think there is...
I don't think he's wrong for taking the role.
No, get money.
Not at all. Yeah. Get the bag while you
Because I
can.
heard people make that argument. He should have, turned it. Why?
That
Why?
sounds silly.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You're an actor, so the whole idea
Dumb as
behind
hell.
acting is that you're not playing yourself. You're supposed to be able to put on another character.
And the two most lucrative markets are America and China. And I don't know if you looked last time I checked. I ain't Chinese, so
But it's funny too now because there are a lot of
followed by Bollywood in Nigeria.
Shit, Will Smith turned down The Matrix. I know he pissed off about that.
Yeah, he is.
But I don't know if he would be a good Neo though.
That's hindsight, but
probably
They would have wrote it differently.
yeah, he wrote-
Morpheus.
It would have been more Men in Blackish. It would have been more Men in Blackish.
yeah, they would have definitely switched it up. But
But you no, I take that shit back. Have you not seen I Am Legend?
I think he could have did it.
Fuck you, Gerard.
Wow.
You will not speak ill of Will Smith on Black History Month.
All I said,
Point.
Just the two of us.
What does that have to
we
do with
can make it if we
what are we
try.
doing?
No,
The
but
two, get it? The two. Okay.
we was having a conversation about Will, so
Got it.
I caught on.
Just
But I don't know. I wonder. Like I don't know. With movies, right? When you're the producer, you're trying to find people to fit a certain role. Like you try and find who has the hottest hand, who can play this role or that role. So it makes sense. Like I'm not mad at him for playing for him, not at all. Like get the bag while you can. I thought he killed the role. Honestly, I thought that movie was dope as hell from start to finish. Like to come into that role, understanding, acted, and like believe it. Like if you didn't know who he was, right? You know now. You know what he stood for. You know what he was trying to do, right? But with movies, it's like certain characters. Like I feel like James Bond could have been black. I thought James Bond should have been black. That's just my personal opinion. I can be wrong. Can Will Smith play? I'm not saying that he couldn't, but I'm trying to picture him in it. You know, who would be Trinity? You know what I'm saying?
But I think, Will Smith is an example of he got in at a good time to where at the time where he got in, the movie star was still something to be lauded. And so he became a movie star.
It's about the story now.
It's really more, not even the story, but it's property driven. So if you look at Harry Potter or all these Marvel properties, that's what's really selling movie tickets right now.
So let's bring it back. So we think about the limited amount of roles, and I know that Hollywood and the time we're living in, they're trying to make things more diverse. Like you could watch Bridgerton, and you like the Duke is a black man, you know, even though he's messing with white women. But you know, hey, baby steps.
Never seen it.
Baby steps. Oh man, they got one on there, Gerard. Little thing on there. I was like, ooh.
What episode?
Go right to the episode.
What episode? I'm gonna skip the whole season. What episode and what was the minutes and seconds?
Look on that thing. So you know.
I'm sorry. The other side to the argument, though, too, is that there are a lot of platforms now popping up, Black and Sexy, Black Movie Network, where they're showing a lot of black content on these apps.
Okay.
And so a lot of opportunities are there now.
The build up.
And so, I mean, it depends on where you're looking for the opportunity, so I think that's something to consider.
Yeah, because I think people are getting work. Because, like, the same argument that we had about a British actor, the same way I felt when I saw Nnamdi Assewa playing, being an actor. I'm glad he's getting work. But I was like, I remember when he was a cornerback for the Oakland Raiders, and now you doing the co-lead with Tessa Thompson? Like, there ain't no other, like, black actors who've been doing this thing for like, years.
I literally just had a conversation where that's the quick way in. You have to be either the athlete, comedian,
singer, rapper,
or the safe black man. Those are the four categories that you
like,
literally...
You know, you go through those things. Now, I'm not saying that you can't flip that. Like, Will Smith already had built up his stuff through being the Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. And they tagged him, and he had to perfect his craft because he wasn't as good as an actor when he first started as he did now. But neither did Brad Pitt, who came in through the game as being a model.
Sure.
So, like, I can't fault it.
Grace is given more to
the white
brothers and sisters.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, as far as black actors are concerned, it's like, damn, I've been working at this craft for years, and now I have an outsider who hasn't been working at this craft.
You assumed that he
come. So Ice Cube takes a role for me. And you don't know, like, I understand comedians coming in and taking comedic roles because when you on stage as a stand-up comedian, you do kind of become a character.
True.
You're acting on that stage, especially if you watch certain stand-ups. They are assuming a role of certain people on there. So I can see hiring a Kevin Hart and all them people for comedic roles, right? And then one day they'd be like, hey, you want to do drama? That would be interesting. Kevin Hart's this drama. Yeah. But then you think about something like Snowfall. The main actor on there is also from Britain.
And he sounds nothing like what
Yeah,
he sounds like.
I could have played that role.
And
Nigga, you are the role.
And so, like, there's so many LA, like, you can't find a black LA actor with an LA accent
But see, I think-
to play that role.
I think, again, that's where you have to have the conversation with the producers and with the studio as to what is priority. If it's authenticity, then sure, you can find anyone to play the role. But if you're trying to get someone who is either trained or attracts a certain market, or if you're paying into the idea that because he is British or whatever, that you're going to get a certain quality of acting.
Because John Singleton wrote Snowfall, right?
He produced it.
So he brought him over. He took him like through Compton. Like he made him like
They said
breathe
he basically hung
LA.
out with the LA dude for like a month. Like,
Yeah.
No, Dub C helped get his
Yeah.
accent up and just brought him through the
And
hood of
he-
Compton.
I like the way he said business.
Yeah. And that role, he's killing this role. Like that role is like for him. Like that's
Right.
his role. You know what I'm saying?
Say, cuz.
But I mean, it's you just told me that Eddie Murphy is about to play
Marion Barry.
Marion Barry. But to me, that's just funny because I don't know.
Eddie Murphy can act his ass off though.
He can.
Like, y'all be sleeping on Eddie. Eddie be playing roles that like, a lot of people can't pull off.
I maintain he should have gotten the Oscar for Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
Jimmy got soul.
I just want to make sure like people get a shot. Like I understand like our British brothers and sisters. Like I love Lupita Nyong'o. I know like she came over the pond, but she was trained in America.
Right.
She went to Yale.
Right.
She went to the drama school there, and just like give people a shot. Like people been working at this craft too.
Yeah.
But it's the thing I've heard that I take offense is that they say the British actors are better actors than the black actors in America. And I'm like, damn.
I think.
You don't think they got good skills around here? Like people ain't been.
Well, clearly that's not true. I think though with London and just that whole section, there's just a certain energy for the theater or quality that you're going to get that's not readily found in this country. But that being said, I think Hollywood can do a better job of looking and just, seeing what's here before, But again, I just think you have to really understand what they were looking for when they were casting.
Yeah, like we only gonna know John is the only one that's gonna be able to tell you, and obviously the people in his room that was like, we were looking for this when we did it.
This kind of person. Now I gotta go through my head.
Cause didn't he say Ice Cube? Like he wrote it for Ice Cube. He was like, I
I
specifically
think
wrote
so,
this
like,
for you.
For Boys in the Hood, for example.
No, yeah, they had to get Ice Cube.
That was different.
Yeah.
Or they could have got Eazy-E. I think Eazy-E could have killed that role too.
But either way, those are what? Black men from the California area. So that makes sense to me for the most part.
Yeah, but that's before they was going out. I'm like out of the pocket. I think was the first. Like, is Idris the first black major British actor who's
He played in The Wire. He played his ass off.
Yeah, taking that there. We was like, oh, he's from Oh no, Sidney Poitier.
Chiwetel.
Ejiofor.
Now he actually, I appreciate how he debuted not debuted, but he did Kinky Boots, and then Firefly is when Serenity. I'm sorry, was the first film that I really experienced him, and
On there.
He was excellent.
Who else? Like Lupita, David, who the one who played Martin Luther King?
He's been acting for a
For a
while,
minute,
because
yeah.
he was in The Butler.
Yeah, I'm just going through all the British actors.
Trying to figure out, trying to compare them to American actors.
They all are a certain age range because, like, who's the biggest young black actor? Like, for real. Like I know.
In general or from?
Like in general, like Lakeith is getting work right now.
Who's Michael B. Jordan?
I was gonna say when you say young,
Michael B. Jordan can't act. Oh, they're proving themselves right. Oh Lord.
When you say young, like what is like your cutoff?
Like from 40 and younger, because 40-year-old actors could play 20-year-olds if they look young enough.
So you take out Michael B. Jordan, right?
I don't think he's a good actor, but
your question was who's getting?
Yeah,
who's getting the most looks?
Who's that go-to young black actor that will fulfill that role that Denzel held, that Forrest Whitaker held down, that Will Smith held down, that like Wesley Snipes. Who fulfills that niche of like, oh, let me hire this guy?
But again, I think it's kind of harder to answer that question because it was easier back then because you had your standard 5 that you pulled from. Now people are watching content
all over.
But it's still the 5 though. And I'm not saying it is 5, but if I got a major Hollywood offering that I'm trying to do, who am I going to pick? Because like. I'm thinking about it. They already had, if I go straight Marvel, little Marvel action, they took Chadwick. Like Chadwick was one of those names. Pulled him. Michael B. Jordan. Pulled him. Anthony Mackie. Pulled him. Don Cheadle. He's above the 40-year-old range. Pulled him. Terrence Howard. Pulled him.
They put him back.
They gave him back. They gave him back.
Like, you want too much money.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they
It's like that Family Guy gift with the hands going. He's just like, not you.
Yeah.
You know, like they put like Terrence Howard's too old, but you put him back. Zoe Saldana pulled her. Lupita Nyong'o pulled her. You know what I'm saying? I know she don't claim black. all the way.
She did last year because of everything that was going on.
Okay.
Wait, who didn't claim?
Zoe.
Zoe.
I will talk about that later. I don't want to get into that.
They gave her back.
What's the She's in Atlanta.
Zazie Beetz,
Zazie.
who's half black, half German. You know,
Glover.
Donald Glover is getting some work, and a lot of people from Atlanta is getting work.
Right.
Because Brian Tyree Henry is getting work as well.
He's in Marvel now.
Yeah. See, Marvel just like, nigga, I see.
Marvel know what they doing.
They snagging him, boy.
Marvel like, get that
and-
nigga, get that nigga.
But then, because they got Chudo. You know the man name. Chuatao. You know the man.
The
Bear-
bad guy from Doctor Strange.
Baron
Okay.
Mordo. He
Okay.
wasn't the bad guy.
Well,
yet.
Yeah.
technically
Wasn't he in
was
Salt?
the bad-
No.
No.
Yeah, but he in a lot of movies.
He wasn't Salt.
He in The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, he's in
He's been
Salt.
acting for a
Yeah,
long
he's in
time.
Salt. Yeah, he was like one of the
Salt,
agents. Yeah, yeah.
And so you got all these things. So it's like a matter of,
Yeah.
it is no really go-to. You're right, there's not really a
Yeah,
go-to.
I think
There's go-to
especially
for
since-
certain stuff, but there's no like definite go-to that encompasses all of it.
Yeah, I think too the theater experience is changing right now, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what that's going to look like. So right now, all your stars are going to be either on a streaming service or on premium cable. So and that it's more than enough people to pull from. I know what you said about Michael B. Jordan, but he's like pushed himself up to a producer now, so he's creating opportunities for himself. So
I can't wait to see Static Shock.
next topic.
It's what's old boy Lawrence? Is he going to start getting more looks?
Jealous?
I think after Top Gun comes out, that's going to expose him to a larger
he's a
audience.
Top Gun?
He's a top-
He's in the sequel to Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I thought that was a nice smooth move
Nigga.
from
Insecure to
Insecure.
the. Yeah,
And
okay.
I think that was a big reason why he wasn't there for season 3 because he was
He was
shooting
shooting a lot of Top Gun.
Top Gun 2.
So that's why they just like, yeah, we're just gonna write you off and you just pop up when
Yeah.
you can, basically.
Yeah. So I think a lot are getting like work from.
A lot of those guys from Insecure.
Sure,
That's another example. There.
One of the one that has the baby with Amanda Seals character, he's in Snowfall.
yeah.
He is. Yep, he is.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's all over. Even watching Judas and the Black Messiah, Tracy from Atlanta. You see that?
Yeah.
He's in there. He played a big time gang leader.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think Lakeith is one to really look out for.
no, I think he's
I
the
think
next.
he's going to be the one that's going to really surprise everybody. And I noticed him. Of course, sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
That I thought he was phenomenal in that. But Knives Out, he makes good choices. I don't know who his agent is, but he makes very good choices, and he has range.
We'll see how it goes
Range.
because the best actor in Atlanta is Brian Tyree Henry, in my opinion. After the Wood, Paperboy,
People, okay.
because he can sell so much with his eyes.
He's
In a
actually
way.
excellent. I just don't think he makes the best choices with picking roles outside of
Well,
Atlanta.
what can you do as a big black nigga?
hate you.
There's only so many roles. Like what was a bad movie role? Hotel Artemis, where he's with one of his best friends, Donald K. Sterling. I forgot about not Donald K. Sterling, Sterling K.
Sterling.
Bray Brown.
But he's making his way more on TV than film.
True, I didn't
Outside
really,
of Black Panther, what Sterling K. Brown movie that you can think of?
No, not Sterling K. Brown. If you look, Brian Tyree Henry is a Hotel Artemis with Jodie Fisher.
he was in Joker. He had like a small role.
He was-
Oh, that hotel movie, right?
Yeah. He's in Joker. He's in freaking Widows with.
Oh,
That was a good movie, too.
The old dude,
Yeah,
Liam Neeson.
He was with Daniel
Yeah.
Kaluuya in that one too.
Yeah. So I'm saying, what roles did he pick wrong?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as his theatrical stuff, I can't think of too many movies that he was in where it was just like, wow, that was just a good choice
And these niggas in
for
fucking.
him to stand out. That's what I'm.
Oh, I'm about to say, and he's into the Spider-Verse. Like, he plays the father. I know it's a voice acting, but I'm like, what do you want a big black nigga to do? I think he got the best roles he could get as a big black nigga. And he gets to be in Marvel.
Touche. I just.
Hey, if you get the Marvel stamp, you good. Because Monica Rambeau stamp, she good.
Man, shit. I remember Tiana Paris was in Chirac. I watched that shit.
She was also in Bill Street, wasn't she?
She was also
Yeah,
probably in a Tyler Perry movie. You know she was.
The last one?
I don't remember which
Oh.
one, but you know Tyler Perry be like the plucking black people when he can before they get too expensive.
I love Tyler Perry. I just want to put that out there.
That's a conversation. No, we got 2 minutes. Talk about it. Why do you love Tyler Perry? Why you got a minute and 15 seconds?
I love Tyler Perry because he did not allow what the system told.
Let me correct my question. Why do you like him artistically? Not what he does for the black community and financially and all that stuff. Yeah, hand claps, kudos. Artistically, what do you like about this man?
I think he is consistent with his voice and
He
to
knows
his
his fan base and he sticks to it. He doesn't care.
And he tells authentic stories for his audience. He does. How many stories do you really have of number one, not only for black women? I'm not saying it's the best, but the way he incorporates faith, the way that he does give some discourse about no matter what I say, you're not going to buy it right now. So I'm just going to.
After these messages, we're going to get into Black Panthers after this.
Yo, this is Slim making up 1/4 of the Brodies. If you love this content, if you can dig it, subscribe to us on all platforms at the Brody Pod.
And we're back, and we want to end this episode really recapping people who aren't really given that shine during Black History Month or been misunderstood. Because when you talk about the Black Panthers, white people have some wild thoughts when it comes to the Black Panther Party. They're terrorists. I'm like, yo. They talk the same shit that libertarians talk right now. Independence, guns. Bam, bam, protect yourself and take care of it. Like, no, they wanted to kill people and all. Like, nah.
They want to protect themselves.
They want to protect themselves in doing things. And one of those people that we don't talk about enough, and the movie was about, was Fred Hampton, who was the chairman of the Black Panther Party in Chicago, Illinois. And we're trying to wrap our minds around this conversation about Fred Hampton. First of all, thoughts on the movie. What y'all feel about it?
Thought it was a good movie. I thought the actors made real good choices with the roles they chose. I liked the pacing of it for me, so I thought it was really well put together in the time frame.
Yeah, from start to finish. I thought Brian was going next.
He ain't seen it.
That's right. That is right.
Okay.
No, like Cass said, like the actors, the cast, it was well written. From start to finish, it starts off good, and it just keeps your attention the whole movie. There were some things that I didn't even know. I had to go back and just just look at it for my own personal research. Yeah, this is interesting. But well written movie. Well written movie, I feel.
I truly think Lakeith was the standout, personally.
Yeah, because if you don't know, it's told from the perspective of the man who actually betrayed Fred Hampton
Judas.
to the FBI, and which they kind of had to, because it wouldn't have been a compelling movie if they just focused on Fred Hampton, because Fred Hampton was a fully realized man. If you think about it as a story, as a fully realized character, while the true arc of the story was Bill. Going from petty crook to informant to really believing in what the Black Panthers were doing, but getting stuck in this where you gotta
Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, even though you believe it, but you're also responsible for this man's death. So I think it was a great film. Gave more insight to someone who was actually doing the same thing that Martin Luther King was doing, and they both got the same result off of that work. And what is that work? Combining the power of poor people to stand up against the powers that be. Mm-hmm. And exactly what my mind was thinking as I'm watching this movie, because we got to take an effect. Shout out to the kids. Fred Hampton was 20 freaking years old doing this work. 20 years old. He was dead by 21. And to know you had that much power
at 20.
At 20 years old.
Like the FBI is scared of a 20-year-old. It's just crazy.
Because what was he doing? He was like, yo, I'm going to get all the gangs. I'm going to get the Puerto Ricans, the Latinos.
The poor whites.
I'm going to get the poor whites. And they was like, yo, y'all might have been the overseers, but imagine if the overseers and the slaves got together and took over the plantation. They don't want to see that. And that I know I might be spoiling the scene from the movie. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this nigga got to die. That's the first thing that came in my mind. Like I was like, as I assumed the role of the man had to be like, oh, yo, that nigga dead. You can't.
No, the man was like, nah, he has to go. Like he's unifying these people. Nope.
Especially during that time, with everything that was going on, to be a powerful black man that had that much power, that much control, was able to talk to people, get people to buy into a system, and the others don't care for that. Yeah, you put an X on your back, you really do, and it's unfortunate that the death, how that role played out. Like they shot their house up. I was just like, damn, like all because of one person. Yeah. One person has that much power. It makes a government lose their shit. And like Brown said, when you find people who have that vision, that's in tune, that sees the world differently, and they're able to like move and talk to people and reach people, and you have the higher up seeing that. It's like a red flag. It's like, okay, this has to stop. This has to stop. And yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Like Brown said, like you knew at some point he had to go. He had to go.
Like if you're thinking of the way of like the opposition, you're like, oh no, this nigga's getting too powerful. So
it's a matter of like control. It makes us think about now. I always want to apply the stories that I learned in movies to my life and the life that we lead, right? And so as a teacher, I'm thinking about how they went out of the way to make sure the kids were fed and taking care of that program, making sure that they're good. The other things they were doing in the community, they weren't like the gangsters, like I just give you turkeys on Thanksgiving. Like I'm making sure you're good all the time. Mm-hmm. And not only am I feeding you, I'm teaching you karate. Why was that a thing? That's a question for another day. It was like, yo, not only do you need to know how to use these guns, but you also need to know martial arts because you never know when you need to defend yourself in the hood.
Still like, wasn't that around the era of Bruce Lee with his movies, if I'm remembering correctly?
Bruce is like more the 70s, right?
Probably the latter part of the 60s going into the 70s. But yeah, I don't think it was dominant at the time.
What was Fred Hampton a part of that the assassinations of the summer of '69 and all that? Look it up. You got a phone? Come on now.
We all have phones. We all have phones.
Yeah, but you are our information guy. Get that right.
He said, "What am I looking up?"
Fred Hampton's death. What year did he die? But yeah,
I think to your point,
he died in 1969. So I feel like he would have been like that.
The FBI was busy that summer.
Yeah.
God damn, they was killing everybody. Like, oh, you trying to see the 70s? Pew, pew.
I think there, unfortunately, like with our community, there's these segments where like we're in one now where it's just like kill black people, or kill at least, the ones that are really starting to or trying to make change. And every so, decade, I just feel like they go on a spree. It's pretty weird.
Bruce died in 1973, so I feel like
no, you would have probably seen some of that Bruce Lee.
Oh, you know what? You're right. The Green Hornet. That was
I feel like around that time it was like the
So you had the kids out there. You had them fed. You had them also doing karate, doing martial arts. Also making sure that they were educated and understanding how things worked. And knowing that my message may be to uplift black people, but it's not for just black people. I have me a rainbow coalition to go. I got a question for you. This is me being a black man amongst other black men. Do you think Bill was the only FBI informant that had infiltrated? Because I heard...
No, there was a lot of them.
I heard they say Bobby Rush could have been an FBI informant. They said Jesse Jackson could have been an FBI informant. It could have been some other brothers.
Bill was definitely not the only one. I think there was a lot of them in different areas. Just Bill was just like famous one, you want to say?
Because they had old boy who actually was like murdering people. Like, ha ha, but I work for the FBI.
So
I'm killing people for the FBI.
I don't think it's far-fetched.
Okay.
I think it's the truth. I think it was.
You think Jesse was cocking on Martin?
Changing my story.
No, I just think there were definitely more informants in the...
It was a bunch of snitches. bunch of CIs. Just being rats.
I just think Bill was the big one because his situation led to death of Fred Hampton.
Yeah, but Fred can't be out there from the pulpit talking about kill the pigs. They think that's cool.
Yeah.
I know he was like, yo, it's hyperbole and all that. But yeah, you can't be like, kill the pigs.
Because you got that
kill
one
the pigs.
person like, yeah, kill the pigs. Like
Whoa. you said it 25 times, that player.
I thought you meant it.
I thought we got to kill the pigs, though.
It's like, whoa.
Barbecue, nigga.
I hate you.
Barbecue. Yum, yum. All that.
Yum, yum.
But I really like how they incorporated some of the like actual footage of Bill's interview, the 60 Minutes joint he did or whatever.
PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just like how they incorporated it, because I was just thinking, like, if you're Bill's son, like, how do you feel about your dad? Like, what he did? Like, how does that affect the generation of family going forward?
I don't know.
Like, literally does it affect them? Like, oh, you can't come here? No, because I think people understand, like, that's not you. That was, like, your great whatever. But it's just, like, you personally. Like, how would that...
So, let's say... That's conspiracy theories. So let's say you're the child of Louis Farrakhan. Do you feel some kind of way that your father could have possibly been involved with the death of Malcolm X?
Oh, my.
Oh, too much?
No.
Oh, I thought we was taking the barbershop to college. This sound like some this is a common known conspiracy theory, right?
I would.
It is. It is.
Okay.
I would. I'd feel a way
You would feel a way like they're wrong, or like, man, this could be true. How do I deal with
this
it?
Would I be based off, like, I guess the relationship that I had with my daddy? But outside looking in, I would assume and like just hope whatever my dad is telling me is the truth, but know that like, I'm his son, so he might not give it to me like the way I wanted to until like a deathbed or something.
So do you feel like parents always tell their kids the truth about who they were in the past?
Oh no. I don't think you get that truth till you're older.
I'd have murked hella niggas. They better be quite comfortable. I'm just playing.
I don't think you get the truth until your parents, until you're a parent. So like, because then you start to understand like why your parents did certain things. So.
I don't know how much I would tell my child about the totality of who I was as I didn't kill anybody, but I'm just saying that. I often wonder, when you do become a parent, how do you make those choices to share your mistakes and the impact you really...
I feel like as long as their mistake is relative to a mistake you made, you keep the same.
But is that really beneficial to the child?
I think it is, because it shows them that you don't need to be perfect. Like, you're going to make mistakes. Because, like, for me, I've always told, don't make the same mistake twice. So you can make a mistake.
What he's talking about isn't a mistake. Someone is accusing you.
I was going to your part.
But I'm just saying, to answer his question, then I don't know how any child could really process the possibility that.
Because if I was his son, we going to circle around, not like jerks. But we going to go into what you said. If I'm Bill's son, and I know that my father was responsible for the murder, allegedly. The assassination. No, it's not allegedly.
No,
he's responsible for the assassination of Fred Hampton. After watching that movie, I would have realized that my father was in a quite hard place, because Bill continued to work with the Black Panthers years and years after Fred Hampton was gone.
Yeah, but wasn't he still an informant?
Yeah, he was still an informant. Informant what? We took some notes. We fed some children. I get it. Like, I would understand. Like, would I be proud? I was like, oh, no, I wouldn't be out there like, yo, that's my daddy. But but I would
ask me, I'd be like, yes, he is.
Like, I would have some understanding of the position that he was put in. Because you got to realize, he was an 18-year-old carjacker.
Right.
He did that shit as a teenager. Shit I did as a kid, as I'm put on this weird position by the FBI as an 18-year-old, I wasn't gonna do that shit.
Right.
No, I understand that. I just think I would understand, like, my dad was in the rock and a hard place. Like, I would get it.
Going to his point, I think you would, but I don't know
if that's the general consensus.
Yeah.
True. I would just know that my dad was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't agree with what he did.
But you're looking at it as a son to father. Or a son, but do you think he's objectively processing it?
The Bill's son?
Yeah.
I feel like you're torn between the facts of what your dad tells me dad told you versus what you've learned and also know is true outside. So I don't think there's no way to be objective. You just always just going to be torn. Yeah.
Because you got to understand, it's not like the man wasn't torn up about it. Because you do know how he actually committed suicide, right?
Yeah, didn't he drive?
No, he ran out in the middle of traffic. That's not the kind of way you go if you, like, nigga, you can shoot yourself. That's quick. You can take some pills. That's quick, you know.
But to go out and run into traffic.
Run out in the traffic, dog?
That's a whole different ball game right there. It's like, whoa.
Oh, so the man felt some kind of way about it, and he tried. They put a lot of shit on his chest. And you got to think about it. It's very, I think the title Judas and the Black Messiah
was perfect.
It's perfect. I like
because
that.
after the betrayal, what did Judas do? He went ahead and committed suicide.
So, do you think, and I haven't, of course, seen the film, but do you think the film does a good job of not only profiling that, but really putting a spotlight on the role of the FBI and how strategic they were in orchestrating it?
I wouldn't say the whole FBI, just Bill and like the one agent that he was the informant for. I don't think it showed the whole.
That nigga J. Edgar Hoover was like, fuck that nigga.
Right.
We got to get this nigga. We do not need a Black Messiah.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was much strategic planning like that. I think Hoover just like killed
Wait
that
a
nigga.
minute. Have you not seen the J. Edgar Hoover movie with Leo DiCaprio?
No.
Oh.
He has not seen
I was saying
Oh, you answering for him.
Yes.
Okay. I like, what's happening?
Snippets in the butt. No.
Nah. J.
tomorrow.
Edgar Hoover is way more calculating than any man in the history of mankind. He had dossiers on anybody and everybody. JFK, he knew every woman he had ever fucked. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Malcolm X ain't did nothing, so he had to like infiltrate in some other ways and everything like that. Like he had dossiers on everybody. Medgar Evers, Sam Cooke, anyone who was doing even slightly. No. What kind of drugs does he take? What do you mean he don't take drugs? He got to do something, baby.
They're even about to do that with the singer, Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
They're about to do a movie on her, and I didn't even know how much of a role she had. That Strange Fruit song. I don't know if I had a full awareness of that. But
Be on, man.
Yeah, the FBI people, don't trust them. They see everything. They hear everything.
Big Brother's always watching.
Well, we volunteering
that's
information
very
now.
Original cast.
I've been saying that for years, so yes, I'm original.
Good job.
Okay. I bet George Orwell will argue with you. But anywho, man, it's America. It is Black History Month. Every month on the Brodies is Black. But we did want to highlight just some of the issues that could come in the Black diaspora, even when it comes to our jobs and acting and our movies and the portrayal of who we are as a people and the impact that we can have. So with that being said, continue to press forward and think about the greatness of what Black people have done, not only for you as a person, but as a whole, as the community. Because so often the red, white, and blue forgets that it was red, white, and black first.
Oh my.
Oh, you like that shit, huh?
That's real good.
I practiced that in the mirror.
So I'm gonna hit that line today.
Did you really practice that?
I did it. I don't practice shit.
If you don't know, Brown is good with words.
No, I
his
really do respect that
wordplay,
about you.
His wordplay is really good.
You're my favorite rapper.
You don't got to lie to me, but that's
Okay,
cool.
I felt like the appropriate thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're my top 5 dead or alive, though.
Oh, okay. He ain't saying what.
Cast is done.
Yeah.
This is funny. This is funny to me.
I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim,
Man, boy.
I hate you.
Stop saying man boy.
Why
stop
can't I be
it.
man, boy?
No, I'm Vision.
Man, good show, man. They got black people in that too, man. Thank you, Disney, for making us feel included in all your stuff. And let's be a hero again.
Go handle your business.
Black Panther 2 coming out whenever Ryan Coogler decides to write the damn thing.
23.
23?
Yeah.
It's
God,
history.
that nigga, 2 years.
They had to rewrite it.
He had to rewrite it. Like, he had to rewrite the entire, like, trilogy now.
Yeah,
Like,
I understand. But 2 years.
That's a long bid. That's a long bid, man.
Dang, boy. This is tough out in these streets.
I guess that's why they're doing the series. And then they had to find a way to introduce Storm and all that. So.
yeah.
Hey, not really.
Do
Shit is lightning.
we really care about Storm? Do we really care about Storm?
I do.
Oh, don't do that.
Man.
2 years.
Nigga said lightning.
Yeah, just bring in the Deadpool can bring them all in and all that. And we are.
The Man Boys.
No. We're gonna
Stay
try
safe,
again.
America. Stay safe.
Brodies.
Brodies, yeah, the Brodies.